Hi wrestling fans, thanks for clicking on the Fat Ass White Guy show. Actually, it's the dreaded D Rose report. I got it right here in my hands. Anyway, in a new interview with WrestlingVoice.net, Chris Jericho talks about returning to the WWE or not returning. Here's some of the little quotes he had in there, but he says, if the time comes for me to come back, I will. Until then, it's been fun to watch, and I have plenty of other stuff going on too, so it's not like I'm out of work. Said everybody asks, when are you coming back and why aren't you, and all this. Says, I still love WWE, love watching it. Don't know if and when I'll ever come back at this point. By the way, Shawn Michaels recently signed some hats for capsforkids.org. It's a nonprofit group that gives hats signed by celebrities to kids who are cancer patients. Registration is now open for all teachers and librarians to register their school or library for the 2011 and 12 WWE WrestleMania Reading Challenge. Registrations end on July 31st. If you're a teacher or involved in that, give it a call. Rey Mysterio and Cody Rhodes are being booked to wrestle on this week's SmackDown live events since Sin Cara, he's on the tour in Mexico with Raw, and Rey Mysterio isn't. As noted before, Michael P.S. Hayes, he's returning to WWE TV on yesterday's Superstars with Tyson Kidd. He's his manager. Word is that other names were discussed for Hayes to manage, and it's possible that he's going to end up managing someone else before the angle is over. Maybe be Davey Boy Smith's son, wherever he is. There's currently a pre-sale going on for WWE's August 1st Raw show in Indianapolis. The pre-sale password is WWE Cena. Shane Helms, who's recovering from his motorcycle accident, wrote on his Twitter that he had to make an emergency trip to the hospital yesterday. He wrote, emergency trip to the hospital today. He said, I really thought this was the end. Thank everyone for their prayers and all this. Have faith in the. Says, I love you. Oh, I love him too. Sin Cara and Chavo Guerrero matches at WWE live events has really been getting some rave reviews internally. It was noted that Cara works well with Guerrero and that Chavo is still an asset when not being used in his comedic roles, chasing a leprechaun around. But I bet they would be good matches. I'm waiting to see him on the TV. Well, I don't care what's on Raw or what it's on. Just as long as it's on TV, where I can see it. Alberto will be appearing at Best Buy in Davie, Florida, June 24th, 6 p.m. if you live around there. You can go and see his little shiny white teeth. While she's being kept appearing on Raw and SmackDown, it's noted, by the way, Karma is officially a member of the Raw roster, and she's right now in Mexico with the brand. I bet the Mexicans are having a fit seeing her. Whew, I would too. By the way, Kurt Hawkins, Zack Ryder, they reunited on last night's episode of WWE Superstars. Hawkins helped out Ryder to get a win over Vladimir. After the win, the former Major Brothers, remember that? Celebrated together. That's touching to see two people come together. Anyway, WWE's released new Diva Bling t-shirts, a new retro Raw is War t-shirt, and a new retro WCW hat and t-shirt. Back to the old time, I hope. Percy Watson is currently on the road with WWE's Raw brand in Mexico, and last night in Guadalajara, Watson picked up a win over Zack Ryder. And as of last night, Drew McIntyre and Ricardo Rodriguez were not on the current Raw brand tour in Mexico. McIntyre is in attendance for last night's FCW show. You know, if everything goes back to the way it was back in the day, there wasn't no internet. There wasn't no D Rose report. D Rose, but not on internet. And you didn't know ahead of time what was going to happen. WWE's FCW announced that there's going to be a special Tough Enough filming on Thursday, May 19th, FCW Arena in Tampa, Florida. The cast of Tough Enough is going to be there along with trainers Booker T and Trish. Doors open 6 p.m. for fans. Filming begins at 7. I'd heard they already did all the Tough Enoughs, unless this is the finale. Former WWE Tough Enough contestant Ryan Skidmark Howe, he appeared at OVW taping this week, defeating Elvis Pridemore in a dark match. Wonder what he looks like, huh? Del Rio and Sin Cara have made their return to Mexico on WWE's tour this week in that country. And last night's show in Guadalajara, Del Rio came out to a babyface pop from the crowd and began cutting a promo in Spanish. Del Rio turned to the fans and got heat before he teamed up with CM Punk to lose the Big Show and Kofi Kingston. At the same show, Sin Cara came out to even bigger pop and defeated Dolph Ziggler. Cara's appearance brought mystico chants from the crowd. I bet there was shh, quiet. Damn. THQ reportedly held its first meeting yesterday and to begin planning the WWE SmackDown Raw video game for 2012. And TNA's live event scheduled for Friday, June 3rd, Grand Rapids, Rapids Parish Coliseum. I thought I was going to say Michigan, didn't I? I did too. Alexandria, Louisiana has been canceled. Refunds are available at point of sale. TNA live event scheduled Saturday, June 4th at the CenturyTel Center in Bossier City, Louisiana has been canceled. Get your money back at the point of sale. On this day back in 2007, TNA held their Sacrifice pay-per-view, and earlier in the day, the NWA severed ties with TNA. The NWA title was used at Sacrifice, but it was referred to as TNA titles before the company unveiled their own belts. Didn't get along good. Somebody didn't want to give out money, so they just went this way. Alright, Mr. Anderson became the #1 contender on last night's TNA after winning the 25-man Battle Royal, the June Slammiversary pay-per-view. Anderson scheduled to face the winner of Rob Van Dam and World Champion Sting from this coming Sacrifice pay-per-view. Happy birthday to Jimmy Wang Yang, wherever he is. Turned 30 today. And besides Monday night's taping, ECW original Nunzio also worked Tuesday's WWE taping as referee. Hell, I don't know if you noticed him, but he's been running around in the ring, counting out people. Detroit Comic-Con kicks off today in Michigan. Wrestling stars to appear is going to be Greg the Hammer Valentine, Tori Wilson, Mickey James, Cookie, and Robbie E. WWE Tough Enough trainer Bill DeMott noted on his Twitter that his new autobiography, The Last Laugh, will be released by Crowbar Press on Memorial Day of this year. Could be a pretty good read. Matches for tonight's WWE SmackDown on Sci-Fi include Sin Cara taking on Bryant. That would be a good match too, Daniel Bryan and Sin Cara. Kane versus Wade Barrett. Yeah. Cody Rhodes taking on Ted DiBiase. Randy Orton taking on Randy Orton and Christian taking on Sheamus, Mark Henry in the main event. Also making an appearance going to be Layla Karma, Great Khali, and others. I don't know who others is, but it's going to be others there. And Christian and Orton teaming together. It might be interesting. Wonder if they'll get along. Mick Foley, he revealed as he was the network consultant last night on Spike TV, announced during the telecast the show's been renamed Impact Wrestling and added that it's a show about wrestling. No Impact. We will not have Impact even mentioned in the name, even though that's the name of it. To reflect the same name change, TNA Wrestling has designed its official website with new graphics and tagline. It says, "Wrestling Matters Here." The domain name ImpactWrestling.com is also activated, also directs it to TNAWrestling.com. So they got both of them up there. Forget to put in whichever name, you'll hit it. T-shirts featuring Impact Wrestling logos are now available by their shoptna.com. China revealed last night to be Kurt Angle's mystery partner for the mixed tag match against Jeff and Karen Jarrett at TNA Sacrifice. Former WWE Diva was the top trending topic. Didn't China look like she'd been sucking on a vacuum sweeper for too long a time, you know, the hose? Oh, her lips were wonderful. Thanks for clicking, you guys. I gotta go.